Hello Leo, welcome to your reading for the 7th through to the 14th of March. And as always, it's going to be general, so please take the bits that resonate and leave the rest for someone else. Let's welcome in the Archangels, Ascended Masters, Light Beings, Spirit Guides, our higher selves, any animal, ancestral or dragon guides that may be assisting you at the moment, Leo, as well. So let's have a look here, see what's going to jump out. Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Two Earth cards, 4 and a 6. So, there's something about the energy you're in at the moment, Leo, which could be sort of like stable and harmonious. You kind of, I think sort of humming along nicely. Underneath here, you have the Emperor and the Tower as well. So there could be an insight coming with regard to your sovereignty, your empowerment, okay? Knight of Pentacles here. We also have the Sire or the King of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. So with regard to that Emperor, your higher self is looking like it's going to make itself known to you. I think you're going to have an insight about it. Or you're going to feel into that part of you more so, perhaps, in the next, few weeks, a couple of weeks or so. Right. And just recently here, Leo, you've got King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles here as well. So this is also about your empowerment, okay, something you've realised. And I think you're kind of working out now how you're going to move into that energy more, because the Knight of Pentacles is about, planning. So, maybe you've already realised this, but I think your higher self is sort of saying that there's more insight to come with regard to that. And not only, you've got this vision or this energy realisation about you being a king, but, the Emperor here, and the Emperor energy is also in the wings. So you are going to be gaining more confidence, more sense of self, and more a greater sense of empowerment as things move forward. Okay, it looks like you've started already on something here, Leo. And what you're hoping for, you've got here the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So I think there's something you're working on at the moment, and maybe that is this energy here. You're kind of just keeping the bases, you're keeping things afloat. You've got you've got a comfortable thing going on here, right? But I think there's something about that that's coming to an end, because you've got this Queen of Wands here that's wanting to come forward, which is, for you, Leo, you are a fire sign as well, and there's lots of fire here. So it's about you doing things your way, being creative. There's something about a creative energy that's that perhaps you've just tapped into, and you're kind of working out how you're going to maximize time, energy, and attention on that, possibly. Okay. Possible outcome is 7 of Cups. So there could be distractions. Okay, or this might be more options that become open to you as a result of moving into this creative field, creative venture, which could also be, a really passionate, active kind of thing that you're really into. Okay. Another possible outcome here is the 4 of Cups. So this can talk about like motivation dropping off. It might be boredom, and that could be a result of, if you don't move forward with this thing, at least to some extent, in even a small way. If you don't move forward on it, You know, maybe it's you're going to kind of end up feeling dissatisfied and unfulfilled, you know, if that makes sense. You do have this 4 energy at the moment that you're in, but this could be, you know, you're protecting your energy and just covering your bases at the moment. 4s are very stable, but with the cups, it's sort of about almost emotional stasis. Like there's, you know, there's a lot less inspiration and forward momentum with the 4 of Cups, okay? Which I think you're looking to, you know, move forward here, given all this fire and this transformative energy here. Possible challenges is the Magician and the 3 of Wands. And, yeah, I mean, you may have issues at times, Leo, being able to see all of your talent, skills, gifts and abilities. And also that, you know, you have a lot of creativity. You've done a lot already here, Leo, but maybe you kind of forget that from, you know, here and there. We're going to get spirit guidance on how to remedy this for you. And the challenge cards are always interesting because I feel like these are the energies that are blocked, but they are there in potential. So they are just wanting to be released in this case because it's, you know, Magician and, you know, your talents, your skills. And here we have 3 of Wands, which is moving into the next phase. Okay, let's grab some spirit guidance now. I think you're moving into a greater sense of empowerment here generally, Leo, but you might be letting go of something. You have the Existence, but this is also the Magician card in this deck. So Spirit, the remedy for, you know, not feeling like into your inner magician, Spirit sort of saying is to, perhaps this looks like a very meditative figure. So it's about working out for you working out for yourself, what might be a ritual or maybe an environment or a type of meditation or something that you do that takes you into that inner alignment state for you, your inner magician. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. Totality, yeah. So Spirit saying, remember mind, body, spirit for you, Leo. Okay. You've got, you know, fire and water energy here. So, you know, there could be a lot of action and a lot of activity, but there could also be a lot of emotion going around. But then, you know, if we're talking about mind, body, spirit, you know, this is about going to the spiritual as well. And here we have sharing. And I think this is the, let me just see. Yeah, this is the Queen of Wands. So that's interesting. You have that twice in your reading. Spirit's also saying for you to acknowledge your inner Queen of Wands, which is your inner creativity, your the feminine kind of that as well. So maybe you're receiving downloads, you're getting insights, and you're doing some sort of art form or something creative where you're really expressing that. And I think Spirit's sort of saying this is a reminder, or the remedy for the 3 of Wands, is that this could well be a new creative path, and you have it in you here, Leo, to be a Queen of Wands at it. You know, like this is pretty awesome energy. This is really creative, inspired. You know, it can be leadership, but it might also be about you just taking the lead in expressing your creativity, okay, for yourself. Doesn't mean you have to be standing out in the front of other people leading them, but it could be, okay. And yeah, I mean, you have the Magician to remedy the Magician there as well. Totality, mind, body, spirit. So that's really awesome guidance. And I feel like you're working hard. Maybe you've been working hard physically on something here. Or this could be for you, Leo, that, you know, maybe you're really looking to get right into that creativity and to really work hard at it. Okay. You have the 5 of Swords here on the bottom of the deck, which is, you know, 5 of Swords has been coming up a lot with the readings, and I think it's to do with when we go into battle with the ego. So this is the ego sort of trying to convince you to not align, to not be engaged with your passion, to not do the stuff that's in alignment with your soul. Okay, this is our, you know, and the ego is not all bad. Ideally, we want the higher self and the ego to work together. Okay, but because the ego is often stuck in the familiar, you know, it has issues sometimes moving forward and changing what it's doing. Two of Pentacles as well, at the bottom of the deck. So this is to do with, for you, Leo, it's about being adaptable and creative and flexible. And yeah, I mean, at the moment, I think you're sort of contemplating stepping into a new way of being. And, you know, you have the flexibility and the adaptability to do that. And it's looking like here that you have kind of support around you as well with this Six of Pentacles. You have the ability to, you know, create harmony, like the give and take, you know. So you're not just thinking about yourself in this scenario here, Leo. You're kind of looking at the big picture, I think. You've got your Knight of Pentacles there, and that's just recently, you know. The Knight of Pentacles looks at the big picture as well and all the steps involved. So, yeah, that's cool. Let's have a look here. Wow, the Emperor, again, in your reading. Leo, definitely moving into empowerment. You're building something new. You know, you've also got Magician twice, Emperor twice. What more can I say? You know, that just means that you have all of the talents, skills, and things at your disposal. You have all the potential. And the Emperor is that energy that helps to bring it down into physical reality or into participatory kind of way of being or of sharing, which we have this here. You're going to be sort of sharing that, which is just fantastic. And beautiful. On the bottom of the deck here, healing. Yeah, and I think this is what, you know, Leo, this is, a lot of us are going through this healing process where we are kind of, if there have been limiting beliefs that we've held on to as a result of our conditioning and, you know, that persona that we've adopted to survive, part of that healing process is to realize the positive aspects of that, but also realizing the negative aspects and transmuting them into something that allows you to express your soul in more alignment, in a more perhaps a spiritual way, creative, intuitive, you know. Yeah, that's really beautiful. I really like that for you, that healing there. And the healing card is the King of Cups in that deck. So this is also about you holding space for yourself emotionally. And wow, you know, I've just lifted this up, and underneath here we have this card, which is called conditioning. And I think this is what we're letting go of. Okay, this could be strength. I'm just going to double check. I'm not super, you know, I haven't memorized all my numbers, but oh no, it's the devil. Yeah, okay, so this is the devil, but it's like that's the archetype of the devil in this tarot is talking about, you know, the conditioning that we've had to adopt in order to survive at the expense of expressing our soul. And admittedly, that's not 100% the case, 100% of the case all of the time, okay? Because there are certain aspects of our soul that can be expressed despite our conditioning. But when we go into the deeper levels of releasing, you know, some more underlying beliefs of as a result of our conditioning, that's when we start to kind of release even more and go into deeper healing here, which is kind of, you know, what you're doing here. Totality is, you know, like a mind, body, spirit expression. You know, you're healing here, you're sharing, and, you know, existence. This is your Magician. And this is also looking like, you know, maybe you're contemplating, Leo, your galactic connections as well. Maybe in times of meditation, you're tuning into those beautiful energies of, you know, the other galactic collectives that are helping us now, and they've been helping us for a long time. Okay, I think we're all going to be tuning into that a whole lot more. This is a really great reading for you. Two emperors, you know, two magicians. And you've got a great foundation, I think, upon which you're going to build something here, Leo. But, you know, just recently you really kind of, I think, awakened to your ability to kind of hold space and to inspire and spark your own passions here, because this is the Knight of Pentacles and you're really taking those steps and making the plans to move forward. So, yeah, I think that might be it for today. I hope that's been helpful for you, Leo. And, yeah, I look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.